I was introduced earlier this week to a gentleman named Kelly Tidwell, and he's doing some incredible things up in the North Carolina mountains. And I know a lot of people have said and have heard that the mountains are fine, that everything's back to normal, because that's what a lot of the media is actually saying. But that could not be farther from the truth. Okay. The aftermath of Hurricane Helene continues to impact those North Carolina mountains, where many of those residents are still living in temporary shelters like tents or sheds or small campers as they rebuild their communities. And with the arrival of this cold weather, staying warm has become a critical challenge for these folks. Okay. We're down here in the Piedmont area, in the Charlotte area, and it's a lot warmer than it is up in those North Carolina mountains. And so families are having to use propane just to heat themselves, but they're running out way faster than they can actually refill their tanks. So I met this great human named Kelly Tidwell, who established a nonprofit that is called the Propane and Power Relief Fund. And he is working extremely hard to supply propane to these folks all winter long. But obviously, his efforts alone are limited by the number of available tanks as well as the fuel to fill them up. So I am personally getting involved, but there's only so much I can do. So we as a team need your help. Okay, folks, if you enjoy, warm heat at night, you would want to hopefully have your neighbors up in the mountains experience that as well. So we are seeking donations of both propane tanks as well as funds to help those in needs. And there are two ways that you can contribute. Okay. The first one is obviously to donate propane tanks. If you have any old or maybe unused propane tanks sitting around, please consider just simply donating them. They are accepting tanks of any size, and whether they are full or half empty or half full, whichever you choose, half empty or half full, however you choose to look at the glass, or completely tapped out, even tanks that are out of date. We don't even want you to fill them up. Kelly will recertify them before refilling them. Just the only thing he cannot accept, for obvious reasons, are damaged tanks or tanks that have any rust on them. And so some of our local friends are actually going to take these tanks to Kelly up in the mountains for refilling and for distribution. And then your donation will help make sure that these tanks get to those who need them the most. Okay, that's the first way. The second way that you can help donate is to actually give money to help donate for funds for propane. Okay, if you live outside of the immediate Charlotte area or you don't have any extra tanks to donate, you can still help by contributing to the fund that is going to be used to purchase the propane for the tanks. Okay, here's the good thing about donations. They are tax deductible, and so that's a great way to make a difference, as well as take advantage of some year-end tax deductions. And so if you want to donate online, you can go on the web, propanepowerrelief.com. That's propanepowerrelief.com. And for those of you who maybe prefer to use Zelle or Venmo, we actually have QR codes to send you. So all you have to do is simply reach out to us for those. And then if you want to mail a check, you can send them to the the Propane and Power Relief Fund. And the address is 1420 Pleasant Vale, Vale Road. And that's in Delaplane, spelled Delaplane, Virginia, 20144. And the great thing about Kelly is that he only accepts handshakes and hugs from the hurricane impacted families that he's delivering to. So they've been through so much. He doesn't accept any payment of any kind whatsoever from them. So if you have any questions about this effort or would like to donate tanks, please either leave a comment on the Money Matters with Mike contact page, message me at the Money Matters with Mike Facebook page, or just text me 704-560-1573. I will respond as quickly as possible. Kelly and his team's work is making a very meaningful impact in the affected mountain areas, and you can be a part of that too this holiday season. So thank you in advance for your kindness and support. Matt?
Yeah, no, that's fantastic, Mike. I think that it is, we talk about obviously important things here on the show all the time, the way that people can use their money to help it work for them and put it to work for them so that they can accumulate it and then have income to live on in their retirement years. They can build wealth, all of those things. And that's so much a focus of the show. But this is another thing that folks can do with their money or with those old propane tanks. Like you said, that as long as they're not damaged or rusted, even if they are completely empty, they can, take those and give those. But it's, to folks who have suffered so much, like you say, a lot of my family comes from the Western North Carolina area. And as a matter of fact, I did my DNA results a few years ago, and it's like, yep, they can trace my family back to the settlers of Western North Carolina. So
That's
I have
awesome.
deep ties in that area, and so it's so important to do this. And I thank you for bringing that to folks' attention.
It is. I mean, we just got finished with Thanksgiving. We have a lot to be thankful for. The people who have survived in North Carolina have a lot to be thankful for, but we're also coming into the holiday season with, joy and cheer. And there's a lot that we can do to aid in the ability for these folks who have been affected by just simply I don't care if it's $5, $10, $1,000, whatever you can do. We would love to have your support in that. Again, I know I'm going to be personally involved, and I'm singing it from the mountaintops right now to try to get as many as my business owner friends involved as well as the regular communities in our listening area. So again, appreciate each and every single one of you for even thinking about it. But all you got to do is take some action to really help these folks out in the mountains.
That's right. And for more information, of course, you can text Mike at 704-560-1573, 704-560-1573. You can also go online. moneymatterswithmike.com is the website. And there you can fill out the contact form and ask Mike a question. That'll go directly to his inbox. And you can, reach out with any information that you might need to help make a donation to this worthy cause this time of year. Well,